Joining us now, Scott Martin, Kingsview Asset Management CIO, and Herb London, our good friend, President of the London Centre for Policy Research. Thank you, gentlemen, both for being here on a lovely Monday morning. Scott, to you first. The markets keep going higher. Is there any reason not to be putting more money in?
No, I don't think so, Ashley. As long as you have a time horizon, let's say, that's at least a couple years in advance, in the sense that we do have high prices, valuations are getting lofty. They're not, near where they were, say, in the late 90s, so there's nothing to panic about. But I'll tell you one thing. I mean, one thing that the market really needs, the thing that businesses and individuals are hinging on, is finally some bipartisan tax agreement, which maybe we finally have. And if that happens, that's as good as reason to take that cash off the sidelines and put it in the market.
Yeah, there is a lot of cash on the sidelines, talking of which, Herb, if we do get tax reform, and there's a belief that these markets are saying, look, the president is actually using a dirty word, compromise, talking to Democrats, for heaven's sake. But if we do get tax reform based on that strategy, and Lizzie was talking about this earlier, it could be watered down. And is that going to be good enough for the markets? Well,
I think as long as you get a significant reduction in corporate taxes, that will be like a shot of adrenaline for this market.
Right.
Now, again, the market is a record high. I think it can go a lot higher. Now, again, how high remains to be seen. But there is no doubt in my mind that if, in fact, you start to get lower corporate rates from 40%, 45% down to 15%, that would be a remarkable development and, of course, lead to the repatriation of American dollars abroad.
Well, that's good. Can we get that, though, with the strategy of working with Democratic leaders as opposed to the conservative leaders?
I think, look, if you do this incrementally, one step at a time, I think that there is the possibility of making this happen. I think that the Democrats are interested in some tax reform. Obviously, they're very much concerned about taxing the rich. Right. That's going to be their claim.
Yeah, that's a trade-off, right? That's a Steve Bannon trade-off to get those lower corporate tax rates. You got to wonder, if you remember McCain did the crossover to the Democrats in nixing, repeal, and replace. You wonder if that move will get Democrats to cross over to the Republicans to get tax cuts. I don't want skinny reform.
You want skinny anything.
Skinny anything. You want the... Go for it.
You want the full Monty. That's what you want.
Well, size does matter. Size does matter in this case, guys, to take away from the full Monty image, or maybe actually link it up there. But the reality is this.
Please don't.
You know what the scary thing is, though, guys, about taxing the wealthy and maybe not doing this pass-through tax relief? Those are the job creators. Those are the economic engine movers of this economy. So I get worried that we talk about saving those or saying not taxing those, because the reality is we need those guys to create jobs and spend. And if those don't get relief, you're not going to see any boost to the economy that Herb was talking about.
The Democrats treat small businesses and taxpayers like a budget line item. It has to stop. And they have to stop being the loudest voices in the room. This is a time to fight. And remember, we were making fun of Stewart for being so defeatist last week?
Yes.
This is not the time to buckle and be defeated.
Time for the conservatives, the Republican leaders to step up and fight. You're absolutely right. Now, Scott, I wanted to get your feelings on this. It was interesting, a Wells Fargo study saying that investors in every generation are hoarding cash. Is that a big problem in your mind?
It's an interesting one. I mean, they went through kind of three generations. So they went through the baby boomers, who I kind of understand, Ashley, probably are keeping more cash now because they're getting to retirement, and therefore maybe they're a little uncertain. The Gen Xers, which, believe it or not, I am one, have high cash levels too.
I believe it.
Which is shocking because they're a lot coming into their big earnings power years, which is kind of surprising because their time horizons are longer. So therefore, it's kind of odd that there's a lot of cash there. I know we have clients in that age group that were trying to take down their cash positions because they should be getting aggressive. And the millennials, yes, they're doubters. They're kind of haters anyway. They've been through the financial crisis. They've been through the real estate crash, the ups and downs of Justin Bieber's career. So I understand why they're a little bit more scared to use cash. But they, too, have a long time horizon and should be using it to invest in the market.
Millennials are living in mom and dad's basement. They should have all sorts of money that they've got
no rent.
What do you say?
I think that's exactly right. I think we can't count on the millennials.